episode of Gold Mining 101 with James. Another penny stock update. This one is lurched upwards. It's not a penny stock today. Could be again, or maybe it's graduating. But I recommended some people might want to get into gold with bank situations going on, recession situation going on. Gold in 2018 was less than $1,300 an ounce. Gold in 2019 was less than $1,400 an ounce. Right now, gold is at $1,879 an ounce, which means every bit of it that they pull out of the ground is worth 33% more than it was last year. So if they can return to some productivity levels, we should see some really big booms in the revenues that these companies are taking in. On top of that, we have a crashing dollar. This particular company is headquartered in Vancouver, British Columbia, which seems to be the gold headquarters of the world. It doesn't mean that's where they get their gold from. I'm sure they have mines all over the world. This one in 1 year has lost 51%. Not good. In 1 month, 6% down. In 5 days, it's gotten pounded again. In 1 day, it puckered up. In 5 years, we're down 20%. And if you got in a long time ago, you've just done a whole lot of nothing. You got up to 1154 here for a while. That was before gold collapsed. Yeah, well, actually, gold was pretty cheap back here too, and they were doing the numbers. But yeah, it looks like gold went up right around here, and for 2021, it was also up to $1,800 a month. I'm sorry, 2022 it was over 1,800. I don't know. This thing shouldn't be coming down like this. This doesn't make much sense. They must be getting a lot less of it out of the ground, but I promised that I wouldn't show you any more zero revenue gold companies. So here we go. Quarterly this year, they had a great beginning. They made money. They lost money. They lost money. They lost money. They made $22 million. Here, that big loss was $78 million. Ouch. $260 million worth of gold out of the ground. They've been growing up the number of gold that they've been pulling out of the ground throughout the year. This is year over year. Looks like this is probably when they got started. 30 million out of the ground, costed them 65 million. This was a really big year in 2021. Looks like they got a better price for gold. Look at the growth in the cash. Now that came down for 2022. They obviously got less gold out of the ground because we know the prices went up. They also lost money. They might have taken this lost money and put it on their balance sheet, and they might have more gold reserves now. So now we get onto their balance sheet and we see what they got. They're severely right side up. Their assets have grown tremendously. I would say they got some new stuff online probably here, and they had to make the balloon payment here for that new land. They do have $1.5 billion in liabilities. They have $237 million in cash. They are strapped with cash. Their loss was $100 million. So I guess they could suffer a loss like that for a couple of more years before they have to start selling stuff. But the gold is in the ground. If they're sitting on top of it, this revenue should be booming in 2023. Gold is up again. The dollar exchange is going to work in their favor. This dip right here that you see in revenue, this just might be the dollar exchange. We've gotten so much stronger over the rest of the world over the last 2 years. It just keeps getting stronger and stronger. There's a lot of reasons why. We'll get into that on another video. But if you want to see a company that is pulling some gold out of the ground, they can show a really fat profit in 2021. Let's see what that profit equated to. A $9 share. So they go yanking out profits like that again. And now we know they have a larger balance sheet which might equate into more reserves, more land, more opportunity, newer equipment. This is what they can throw up, folks. They can throw up enough to make this thing a $9 share almost instantly. I don't know what this was. I think it was an anomaly. I think this was the dollar falling and maybe a little bit of labor costs increasing. But I see the price of gold outpacing labor costs by far. I like it. The price, 361. I don't know if I like that too much. I'd probably not going to be able to get it much cheaper than that. Unfortunately, in the history of 5 years, this is kind of the bottom. You're sitting right at the worst that this thing's ever been. It's a $1.13 billion market cap. They have high expectations. Gold production was up 3% on November 4th. And that's when they lost $30 million. Equinox Gold provides 2022 guidance, production increasing to 620. Let's read this one. Gold went down on this news, or this company went down on this news. They're increasing to 625 to 710 ounces of gold. I don't know what that translates to. Let's see. This was in 2022. Their profit per ounce is about $1,000 an ounce. I got a new mine in Brazil. Production more than 85% of operating cash flow anticipated in the second half of the year. They're saying the second half is going to be better than the first half. I don't know. More homework done. But this one looks like a viable long-term gold mining company that looks like it's on the growth. They're not scared to show a profit. A lot of companies won't want to show you this. They'll go out and buy a bunch of land with the money so you never see it. I like the fact that they let everybody have a profit. Everyone that got into this thing, for $3, they were rewarded. The company said, hey, here's the numbers. We're going to quit growing for a little while. And then they said, okay, we're going to start growing again. And hopefully they grow up a little bit more and they're going to show us some numbers again. That's what I'm hoping for. You can tell by the jump in the balance sheet, something's going on. And that something most likely is going to yield more gold. And I don't know, do your homework on this one. I like it. I think you should check it out. I think it has $6 written all over it again, especially if we go into a recession, especially if gold goes up even more. This one is going to follow that trend and go in the opposite of the stock market. Equinox Gold Corp. They are not invested at Silicon Valley Bank. Please like the video. Subscribe to my channel. I got one more gold update for you, but hopefully you guys had fun looking at these companies and kind of seeing what they're all about and which ones are doing what. Thank you very much, and see you on the next video.